It goes without saying that 2020 has been a remarkable year. In the last 12 months, we've been faced with a global pandemic, political unrest, economic upheaval, and much more. I know that all of this has had a profound impact on our collective mental health and wellness. Research also agrees there has been a sharp rise in reported mental health problems in 2020, with more people than ever before searching for tips to combat panic attacks, anxiety, depression, and the tedium, uncertainty, and fear of global lockdowns. No matter where you are or where you are listening from, understanding that we are all in this together, and perhaps we should look to use the learnings from the last remarkable 12 months to help us reframe wellness for 2021 and go beyond resolution setting to champion lifestyles that advocate for sustainable, holistic wellness permanently, not just as a trend. Hi folks, Shahzadi here. Welcome back to my channel, Desi, licious Dietitian on Demand, where I show busy health seekers like yourself how to eat for health, nourish mindfully, and thrive. This is your go-to source for health optimizing actionables and lip-smacking, easy and healthy recipes with a cultured twist. Now, if that sounds like it's up your alley, hit that subscribe button. I understand at first thought that wellness has lots of connotations. However, in our journey to understanding it, I'd like to suggest that we think about our end goal. I think that the end goal should be incorporating the principles of wellness into our everyday lives through small steps that can make a big difference. So that's the first thing I would like to point out. Wellness isn't an on-off switch. It's an ongoing effort that we must invest in. The beloved New Year's resolution has a bigger role to play here than you might expect. I think we should think of these promises to ourselves as a sort of expedition or journey, the first step on the road to a healthier lifestyle. I imagine we all agree that setting big goals on January 1st does not work out in the long run. But I'd like to propose we reframe wellness as a set of 7 categories. Doing something in each of these categories will help you build your wellness, and both physical and mental health. I find that this way of thinking lets me pursue wellness in a way that truly works for me and allows me to feel like I'm genuinely making progress. So, without further ado, let's begin. Aim to improve your physical fitness. I understand that after a busy day, putting on your running shoes or workout gear is sometimes the last of your priorities, but physical wellness is incredibly important to our overall well-being. And contrary to popular belief, it goes beyond pumping iron and should also involve the pursuit of a nutritious diet, adequate sleep, and timely medical care. It's important to keep in mind that physical fitness is not the equivalent of size 0 training or showing off killer abs on social media. Neither is it a specific number on the weight scale or bidding farewell to our favorite cultural cuisine. It simply means to incorporate a little more movement into our day-to-day lives. Try to understand your emotions. This is difficult, and I understand it's human to feel different emotions. However, good emotional health is crucial to your overall well-being. It means you're self-aware enough to sift through emotions to feel better or to notice upsetting feelings when they arise. Nourish your mind's curiosities. A core mantra to wellness is having the capacity to open our minds and hearts to new knowledge, ideas, and experiences. 2020 has shown that nothing ever stays the same. Therefore, a core part of wellness should be learning, observing, and seeking different skills for the betterment of your being. Consider tapping into your spiritual side. I know that this may seem a little daunting. However, spiritual wellness does not have a single definition. In my experience, it can cover prayer as easily as finding solace in volunteer work or travel. The aim is to participate in activities that provide you with healthy and diverse beliefs, values, ethics, principles, and morals. Don't forget to socialize. This was the hardest part of 2020 for so many of us, and for good reason. Social wellness is maintained by having a strong relationship with ourselves and others. In fact, it's one of the defining traits that keeps us human. I'd also like to add that profound social insights can be gained by trying to care about the greater good of society. So stretch those empathy muscles into 2021. Take care of our planet. We only have one home, and I'm heartened by the change in attitudes, even if it's a slight one, that 2020 and its lockdown has driven on our impact on the environment. I hope we're able to be at the cusp of a huge change in environmental attitudes, because we all have a role to play. Practice wellness by living a life that maximizes your harmony with our planet and minimizes your impact. And you can find heaps of inspiration over on the Desi Licious RD blog. Secure financial stability. Finally, I'd like to advocate for financial stability and wellness as a core part of the wellness journey. This is not about wanting more. However, it is about doing what you can to have a healthy financial life. As John F. Kennedy once said, fixing the roof while the sun is shining. Try to minimize financial pressure across your life. We all know how beneficial that can be. Now, folks, if you feel uncertain about any of this, that is totally fine. At a fundamental level, health and wellness depends on adopting a mantra of always seeking out and discovering new ways to improve our lives and the lives of those around us. Put simply, the first step on any journey is to take one. I also believe it is fundamentally important to be true to yourself and introspective. Is your life filled with events, people, and things that truly add value? Make a conscious effort to mindfully pack every waking hour with activities and goals that nourish your soul and schedule necessary breaks. We're all on this journey together, and I hope that these wellness checks and this way of thinking will help you reframe wellness and truly make the most of it. Wishing you and your loved ones a joyous new year. I hope 2021 is happy and healthy for all of us. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like and share. I'd love to know what nutrition and diet related topics and yummy recipes you'd like me to cover on this YouTube channel. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.